this, man.
Yeah, I take your key. Okay, hold on. Yeah, but that's just wild. And then I don't know. I'm not even responding to this pastor because there's no reason for you to be in like a box.
Well, I mean, Pastor want to lay hands on.
Get married to me and my husband. No.
Wait a minute, hold on. This the pastor? Stop. This nigga that married you and your ex.
This is the nigga that married me.
And so he want to counsel with you?
I don't know what the fuck you want.
We live.
I do know.
We live now. There.
His cute little family, though. I have to say that. When I say the cutest little family, just had his first little girl, cute as a button. So I'm like, oh, they are cute.
Yeah. I mean, it's generally the niggas that had the most.
Too, huh?
Niggas that had the most, and it's going great for them in their lives. You know, like I say, go back to Derrick Jackson. Derrick Jackson had damn near a slave in this house, and she had babies in her belly, and you still want to go out and scavenge around for whatever trollops he could find in the outside.
Yeah, that's wild.
We live though, so we live though. I went live with him on my YouTube. We talking live. You hear me?
That's wild.
You hear me?
That's wild.
But I mean, you didn't hear. I don't know if you heard me or not.
Wait, say that again. I
said that I started the live on my YouTube. We talking live now.
Oh, okay. Don't mind me being in the car.
Hey, it's we Hully Gully right now. I ain't even got the camera. I got my fingers over the camera. So there's no need to respond to the pastor, and yeah, that you're right. But you know just acknowledging the audacity of the pastor, it seems like a lick back is almost how you say this word? It just has to be necessary, just eminently necessary for the lick. But then that if you yielding to the devil, the pastor already yield to the devil. You can't yield to the devil with the pastor. Oh no.
No, that ain't something I want to do. Praise him.
But then, you know, he married you and your husband. He going hot, man. And that's how Tyler Perry can make all them goddamn movies. This bullshit like
that. Toxic ass movies. I want 5-10 minutes of that damn divorce, whatever. And when I seen them, did you see it? Can I give a spoiler? Because I know you ain't gonna watch it.
What's that?
Did anybody watch The Divorce in the Black?
I don't need nothing. You know, I don't watch much. I be on either on fucking internet on the internet. I mean, making lives or just read news or just fucking around. Period.
Well, I'm giving a spoiler. So, spoiler alert. When I seen them take the casket out the body and put it back in the back of the pickup truck and leave the church.
And what is this?
This is the Tyler Perry typical ass.
Oh yeah.
Toxic male,
the new movie.
Black male. Always puts the woman out, you know, a woman, docile, gets put out in the middle of the night because her husband's pissed off.
Dude always got a program for his shit. He got a regular blueprint for what he gonna. I mean, I don't know whether it's his writing style that just compels him to just regurgitate this shit.
We know it. I mean, look at Love and Hip Hop. It's gonna sell. You know, everybody on there is narcissistic as hell. Everybody's sleeping with everybody. Nobody's faithful to nobody. All the bitches are mad at each other, and they nigga, and they mamas.
But is that a lot of that? Is that camera? Or is it just like real life? They just really don't have no. I mean, because they accept some money to be on it. They don't got no niggas in their real life where they just, I don't know.
Well, it's like I said, we won't watch it if there's no drama. We're not watching it.
Facts. I don't watch it even with the drama. I guess I learned early about that bullshit.
Yeah, well, what's her name? Mona Scott Young, is that her name? Mm-hmm. Yeah, she knows what it is. They
lost me with Jim Jones and Chrissy.
They lost me with Love and Hip Hop Atlanta.
Yeah, that
the
too.
Whole DJ and all that. I was over the whole. You're not taking me back to the strip club, Stevie. No, that right there, that toxic mess.
Who the fuck with the stripper? Mary Maid.
And then when your girl did the shower scene with her new boyfriend that looked like a El Creepo.
Oh wow, yeah. He's like, he's like he was on
like, let me throw up in my mouth.
Dude was a D. They both was D. Nah, I ain't gonna put on. They both was deviant. She was a deviant too. Shit, Stevie, you know, according to the Puffy tale, Stevie, he was a deviant. You know, the Puerto Rican princess, she done seen all kind of types of eroticism. You know,
right.
Shit. So yeah.
Right, exactly. But I think that's what I the reason why I say I'm with those Love and Hip Hops and the toxicity that was the reason why so many people flocked to Atlanta in the first place.
Right.
If it wasn't for Love and Hip Hop, none of y'all wouldn't even move here. Not really.
You see, but in Atlanta used to be the lick though. When I stayed in Nashville, see, I'm a '90s. I came from West Virginia. I graduated from high school, and then I came down to Nashville, Tennessee to go to Fisk. The South was what it was, but then we heard about the Freaknik and all that shit. But then also, it's the fact that Atlanta was supposed to be what was popping. You know, that's where niggas go once they graduate and try to get their little money. That's the nigga city. Per se. Wasn't nobody else really that was saying, okay, well, when you as a black person, you go here, you gonna get a lick. Charlotte, DC, Maryland, Baltimore. You couldn't say LA, you couldn't say Compton. You know, them California niggas was coming out here fucking with us.
Yeah. Just based on cost of living alone.
Right.
Couldn't afford it. Yeah, if you black, yeah, for sure. Atlanta has always been the lick. I'll say now, like I said, since the influx of all the reality shows, a lot of our reality shows originated here in the city. If it wasn't New York, Cali was on it a little bit, but not as heavy as New York and as Atlanta. Because you remember, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't Brandy's when she did her little reality show? Wasn't it in Atlanta? And then Bobby and Whitney.
Well, whoever got that, because it's a corporation. It's the whatever got that logo. That's the peach, the Georgia peach, whatever that shit is. They've been in the game for a minute, getting licks off this shit for a minute.
And then it's cheap. There's no tax to do shows here.
Right, but they have power over all that. Because they have the most direct contact with the government. So whoever wants to produce or do a show down here, they might link with the producers, but due to the fact they have that branding, the Georgia peach appears at the end, all kind of shit. That means you got the answer to the Georgia peach if you want to fuck around in Atlanta on some whatever you doing.
And then now since Tyler Perry got studios. So a lot of stuff is being filmed out of his studio. Right. The sets and stuff, he's creating sets and things, and he's conglomerating on that. Big things. Listen, when it comes to the business side, I really do like Tyler Perry on that. When it comes to black business. Now, I do know some folks that are actors, and they are extras and stuff, and they do say that Tyler Perry don't pay shit. I've always heard that.
You know how them rich niggas get to becoming sharecroppers to their own kind?
Yeah, they don't. Oh, very much so. He's very much one of those. I've heard, certain people will get on, and then I'm just,
you should be happy I chose to be your master, nigga. Fuck you mean you want some more money?
Yeah, exactly. No, you know who? Didn't they do a Boondock series on the Tyler Perry's? Didn't they do that?
Yeah. That's the one that's the one that nigga pissed the bitch about and had him take it down.
That shit was good, and it was so factual.
See, in my dumb ass, I didn't really get a chance because I halfway watched it, and I didn't really get a chance to soak it in. I still haven't really watched it as of yet.
See if you can find it on.
Somebody got it up. Somebody got that motherfucker somewhere.
Yeah, that was way before their time. Like, I just hate that it's not in existence anymore. Of course, it ain't gonna be no more good without Granddad anyway.
No, they got some guy that can that does a good impersonation of with a spoon. His son really actually does a great impression of his father, but they
cute.
Yeah, but his son was vying to get the part to replace his father, but whoever was doing the Boondocks said no, and they hired some other guy. Now the other guy, he's good at it too. He's on Facebook or social media doing his pop's imitation.
Well, I like it because that was I remember I was at the airport. Where was I going? I think I was on my way to Vegas. I was. And I found out he died. Dang, yeah, I was really sad about that.
It was classic. We all
can't be no more Fridays either. No more Fridays.
Does they do AI? They do that shit with AI.
That shit, man. What you think about that?
What, AI?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe some goddamn money. I don't give a fuck. Shit, niggas should be scared of the DVD. What can we do about it, sis? Sis, how can we stop? How can we stop AI though? How can we stop AI? How can the common nigga stop AI?
That's a good topic. We can't. Because we can't even stop white supremacy. We can't even stop our mate from cheating. So how are we gonna stop?
You can't stop. What about black? We can't stop killing each other, motherfucker. We can't stop killing each other, motherfucking body.
Right.
Exploiting each other.
Stop being haters.
Right. We can't look in the mirror long enough to say, well, damn, I'm a fucked up ass nigga. I robbed that nigga and kicked his daughter in the forehead. How dare I? Yeah, how dare I stand in front of the people like I'm some hell of a nigga? Right.
Exactly. But yeah, when I was being asked those questions, though, just kind of circling back to that, I immediately went on code and said, no, I'm not going to interject. I'm not going to go back and forth. If you can't see the people in your post telling you certain things that they already don't like, then you're just going to have to continue to get taken. Let them next movie, give them your money. It's your money. You work for it. Give it to them.
Right, if it makes you happy to spend your money, even though you may not see any tangible or constructive return on the money that you might throw out there, this is a feel good moment. I supported this and I supported that, and so be it. But don't come back later on and talk about you were grifted against. And you did what you did because you wanted to do it, huh?
Yeah, no, he does good projects. See that right there? I just shook my head and closed my eyes like, okay, it's gonna be all right. You can lead a horse to water. You can make a think, child. It's just really something that is really sad because right now, just overall collectively, we're still not where we need to be when it comes to having to have someone save us from something.
The fact that we looking for that anybody's looking for someone to save them, did we pray to Jesus, good Jesus saves. You better figure out a way in order to equip yourself to go through these times. Yeah, folks, if that stamp card for some of these niggas, they cut out that motherfucking snap card for a month. These niggas are beating out here ready to cut in a motherfucking throat. Sell their babies or something.
Right. Yeah, it'd be right. Especially they give them extra money for the summer. They give us the kids, people with money, but the kids get $120 or whatever. Yeah, I get it. And then what got me was what you posted about that $1,200 check. I'll take one.
Right.
2.
They want to shame you. They said that goddamn they vote for Donald Trump because Trump gave them. They think Trump gonna give them another chick. Nigga, Biden ain't gave nigga shit. And shit going up. If I vote for anything, if I vote for somebody and I know them to get a quick little rack or two, you best believe it. I know that the other person I vote for, I ain't looking at no rack or two. Fuck that motherfucker. But you supposed to be ashamed. Y'all so poor and broke. Y'all think this is some money. Nigga, fuck you. I don't give a damn.
I'm gonna mine
right.
very well. I'm gonna definitely be smiling on the way to the bank.
Right.
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, it's the same master. It's the same. We on the same plantation. Just because you like this your favorite white man. I don't like your white man. I like my white man. Let me like my white man because my white man satisfied me. Man, be careful. And, take care of me. Take care of me. Provide for me.
What's the difference between this Mr. Onceler? Mr. Onceler still owns everything. Remember Boondocks?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh man, I didn't see that's I need to because that's the boy the good old actor, the actor that was on Road or whatever. He played that motherfucker. That character. They don't, a lot of people don't know what they were looking at with that particular character, especially with the donuts when he did the sandwiches with the donuts and shit. He ran that business. That was so much game that went beyond niggas' head.
It was free. It was such free game, and nobody got it. We got it. Few of us got it.
We got it.
A lot of people didn't get that. That whole narrative, and the whole, Huey, and we already know what Huey's standing for. We understand. We get their narrative, but just the whole collective, and then having Mr. Onceler having the Wigger kids, the grandkids. Tommy Murphy.
Goddamn.
They want to be baby gangsters.
Hey, yeah. Then they had. Oh man,
that shit was just brilliant. The writing was brilliant, and you know what else is some brilliant writing that I still watch from time to time? That's just straight ignorant, but it's brilliant. Black Dynamite.
Yeah, see, I need to catch up. I need to play it because I watched them. And I've seen a couple of times, but I need to watch it again from the beginning. I need to find wherever it is streamed at from the beginning. I don't know. It might be on Hulu.
Comedy Central. So anything Comedy Central related, you're gonna get your Boondocks, your Black Dynamite, Dave Chappelle's,
the Richard Nixon, the Richard Nixon and Elvis and the Black Dynamite. That went to Richard Nixon and Elvis. I think that was one of the classic ones. I think. Because he told about how the way Doug went.
And I'm gonna tell you the one that I like, the one with Richard Pryor, the one he did with Richard Pryor.
Oh yeah, with the frog.
With the frog.
That's wild shit.
Just the whole orphanage with the prostitutes taking care of them.
Right. And this come from. I don't know. I would like to think that these is black minds that's coming up with this type of shit. This is about letting black creativity run rampant. This is the type of shit that they praise Boondock to the death of it. And even if you go back and I guess Fat Albert, I don't know how many black people wrote for Fat Albert. Fat Albert is still what it is.
Yeah.
Good Times, Sanford and Son.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah, for real.
I don't know, man. I don't know what these folks. Because like I said, in my mind, I say it's almost over for black people.
It's over for some of us. If we, because a lot of us refuse to change our mindset. And I don't care. You can read all the books in the world, and it's still. If you don't utilize the tools in those books, it's not going to mean a hill of beans for you as a person. Because you have to, what I'm learning now is you're going to have to, all the self-help books in the world It's useless to read all that shit.
Because
I got all of them.
say no 48 laws of power, no rich dad, poor dad. No value in the valley by Yama Van Zant.
Yeah. Tactics, all the, I read them all, and they're the same.
Mm-hmm.
But
Reassurance.
Okay, when I'm done reading the book, I feel good, but what am I doing with the book knowledge? Am I doing anything?
Tangible and constructive results. You have to have something that you show and prove. Don't just show and tell some shit. You talk all day to a motherfucker, but if you ain't showing no constructive results, no tangible. Okay, well, this is what I done by thinking this way and acting this way. If all you can do is tell a motherfucker a story, then so the fuck up. So the fuck what? Show me what. Show me. You say you're doing things superior than what I'm doing, then show me how your plan and your procedures and ways of doing things have produced things that I should be you know what I'm saying? That should feel offended. That should feel lessened by. Damn, I'm off my square because I ain't doing like such and such because such and such doing it like this. A lot of y'all niggas is just talking. And talking about your feelings, I feel like this. I feel sexy red is ruining for the nigga peoples, the black girls. Nigga, y'all wasn't fucking with the sexy red, for sexy red was a sexy red. Sexy red ain't nothing new from the ghetto. Matter of fact, I look at sexy red. I think sexy red is really trying to be a parody for them people.
She knows she is. She knows she listen. What was the one chick that got on there and we saw a video of her literally crying about knowing that she signed a contract? What's her name? She's right up there with Sexy Red. They did a video together at Popeye here in Atlanta.
Not Mulatto, Glorilla.
No, not Mulatto.
Glorilla
no, dark skinned chick.
JT.
I forget her name. No.
Not JT.
Yeah, no. I gotta Google it, but yeah.
But she was crying.
Already knew what the game. She knew what the game was.
But they dumb and stupid because they think of the fact that when they start thinking like that, it really is all about your paperwork. If you're gonna go out there and put yourself out there, and you creative, you got to sell your creativity. You just can't be out there saying, "Well, I'm riding around in the Bentley truck." Nigga, fuck that goddamn Bentley truck. How much money I'm about to get at the end of the week?
Thank you. It's no different than the step infections.
I mean, because they talk about that the rapper that is recently. I mean, I listened to a couple of her songs. The rapper Enchanting or Chantman or whatever from Texas. And she was good. I guess she didn't make her yacht to where it was super catchy, but her body of work just seemed competent. But then you stop hearing about her. Shit. And then this happens to her. So it's like, well, they try to put it on Gucci, but then it comes out that Gucci then was try to put in rehab, try to save it.
See.
But they not like us. They not like us. Y'all niggas don't give a fuck about us. What the fuck you talking about? They not. I just and then okay. And while we on it, because this album came out, the Common and the Common Sense and the Pete Rock album. Pete Rock, he represented exceptionally on the beats. Now, and maybe a couple of them sounded a little bit dated. Common, I like Common. The thing about Common is, nigga, that style. I don't want to hear deep that the bed by the. I'm trying to think of what he do. Where he's like you.
You know, he's that conscious verbal, yeah.
But it's like okay. I mean, that's your style, but reinvention is a thing.
You know who's got an album out that I'm just waiting for? I can't wait. He let 2 songs drop so far. LL Cool J.
LL Cool J said Dre was bullshit. He said them Dre beats was bullshit.
He said, fuck it, I'm going to just get back in the booth at 56. I'm 56 years old. I still look good. I got my weight. I got my, I'm looking good out here in these streets. I'm looking better than some of these youngins. Let me get out here and do my shit. And he's got Q-Tip as a producer.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, because he said Jane, aka James Todd said that he had a dream because he said he done about 30-something tracks with Dr. Dre, and he felt some kind of way. He had a dream, and he said he saw Five Dog in his dream, and Five Dog was saying, "Now that record with you and Dre gonna do excellent," and Fife was like smirking at him. So the LL was like he took that as a message. So then. So I got thinking about Q-Tip. I said, let me call Q-Tip. So he said, fuck Dre. He said, I'm going to fuck with Q-Tip. And that Q-Tip.
Woo! There's 2 songs that's dropped. Mm-hmm. And listen.
I heard one.
But I got so excited when I heard the last one drop last night or yesterday.
Okay. I'm
like, there was a song, because I listen to a lot of Sirius satellite radio. Well, I used to. I didn't pay my $6. Don't pay my $6.
Mm-hmm.
So they played a song on LL Cool J radio, Rock the Bells, and it was called The Force. And when I heard it, I'm like, this shit is so fire. Where can I find this song? Well, it's not out. So now when I pulled up the 2 songs that dropped, on Apple Music, they have all the other songs shaded out where you can't play them because the apps don't drop till September 6th. So what he's doing is he's just giving you little snippets.
Right, a song a week.
Or a song a month or so until the album drops.
He can't. But you said you heard 2. Hold on, you said you heard 2 songs because he came up with a song about a week or so ago. So,
right, that song is called Shake. What's the one with LL? The one with Fat Joe and Rick Ross.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's the one I heard.
Yeah, that one's hot. And then there's another one called Passion.
That nigga said fuck Dre beats though. He said fuck Dre, Dr. Dre beats.
And I did not even know Q-Tip was that hard like that. I mean, I guess I'm just.
He produced on Illmatic. The nigga produced on Illmatic. You can't front on the nigga produced on Illmatic. Illmatic just got voted one of the best hip hop albums ever.
Wow.
That One Love was a motherfucker.
Yeah.
And then he produced for Mobb Deep too.
Oh, that's right. Wow, that's right. Well, unless you're the Dr. Dre's of the world or the ones that get more notoriety, no one's gonna ever. They're just now giving DJ Quick his props in the last decade. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I've known that's one that I did know that was a dope ass producer. So yeah, you're not gonna get the accolades if you're just not well known. But I hope each, gets his flowers for this one because those 2 songs alone and the chorus, those 3 right there, I already know were bangers.
Yeah. Uncle, he got to rap for his life because this, if you're gonna rap, we gonna come back out after you done. You the CSI man. Now you want to come back on and rap for. That'd be like Queen Latifah jumping out off the Equalizer trying to rap for a nigga.
No, she came out with a jazz album.
Right, for that movie she did.
But no, she had a jazz album, I think, before that. I didn't even know she could really.
She can sing. She sang on her album. She sang on the rap album.
Yeah, we was just talking about that. So one thing about Atlanta that shifted the gentrification forward is that one thing I could just say, when you come here, if you want to be a rapper, you want to do the nigga shit, rap and do the sexy red, you can come to Atlanta for that.
She got a strip club popping.
Yeah. You can come to the A for that. If you want to get on some real Broadway acting, maybe a little bit of modeling, go to New York.
But what about 50 Cent? 50 Cent here, you got the studio in Louisiana though, 50 Cent.
Yeah, he's from New York. Right? So I'm not shocked that he would do something there. Because there's hella talent in Louisiana too. Hella talent.
It's cheap production there too.
Cheap production, hella talent. You're there where blues and jazz damn near originated outside of Harlem, of course. A lot of people that was in Harlem was from the South, though.
It's a lot of nigga history in Louisiana.
Very much so. I know a couple times that I've gone, I felt the ancestors there is heavy.
Long as you tune in. If you tune in, you're gonna feel them.
Yeah, you're gonna feel the ancestors heavy. You're gonna feel I think last hotel I stayed in was kind of near the French Quarters, and on the outside of it, it was on the historical. You know how they have that historical registry or whatever. Me being a researcher, I looked it up. That was a plantation owner's house.
Everything damn near plantation owner. In America.
Especially there, they don't. When it comes to white supremacists, they don't want to tear down their idols and their icons.
Right.
They make statues of their plantation owners. When you go through Louisiana, you'll see several.
That's what made them mad. That's how come niggas mad them Black Lives Matter niggas. Cause they started taking down the white in Chicago. They started taking down the Christopher Columbus, them Italians. Them Italians was hot when they started taking down the Christopher Columbus shit.
I was just watching an episode of The Sopranos when they was talking about Christopher Columbus.
That's their hero. The Chris Columbus covered America, man. It wouldn't be no America, Chris Columbus.
That colonizer.
Amen.
Stop it.
This is America.
No, actually, where I had did my engagement photos, it was downtown Decatur, and they had a statue that was very controversial. And I remember when we took our photos, I think they took it down prior to me, setting up and going over there. But they had a statue there, and then Grady. What's his name? Henry Grady. Yeah, Grady Hospital. Everybody want to talk about that Grady baby? Okay.
But y'all got that whole damn mouse down there in Georgia. There's a whole damn mouse for that shit.
Stone Mountain.
Yeah, Stonewall Mountain, or whatever it is.
Stone Mountain.
And then, but the thing about Nashville, because I stayed in Nashville for a lot of my time being that though. They had a whole Confederate. I think it was Thomas Jefferson. They had the guys on a horse with the bayonets and all that shit as a monument. And that I don't think they took that shit down. They said fuck whoever y'all talking about. They let that shit up.
I think when I moved down here in 2001 initially, they still had the Confederate flag flying over the Georgia Capitol building.
Yeah. That's what they love.
That shit was still there.
That's what they love. That's what they're from.
You know where we at? Because listen, when I leave out of Chattanooga to get to Georgia, or going, outside of the line or whatever, there is the biggest. A lot of people don't notice it because they're too busy driving. I notice it. Biggest Confederate flag to your left as you're coming into Georgia. I mean, huge.
You see the South Shiraz again?
Somebody's property, and he just said, "Fuck everybody," and just put the flag right there. And it's also one in Alabama. When you leave out of Georgia going to Alabama, there's a humongous flag, U.S. The little Confederate flag.
South Shiraz.
I'm not oblivious to where I'm at.
I lived down there. I lived in the country. I lived in Crawfordsville.
Where the hell is that?
Shoot, golly, I can't think. What I'm trying to think of. Athens. Is there Athens? It's like a few miles away from Athens.
Okay, well I know where Athens is. That's Georgia. That's Georgia State.
But
I mean, that's Georgia State, University of Georgia. University of Georgia.
But my auntie, she had a my aunt and my uncle. They had a whole mess of land out. They had fishing ponds and cat where they could run the cattle and all types of land out there. But
Nice.
but then I mean, and my cousin, I think she either she sold or let it go or whatever. Because when I left Chicago, when I was in Chicago, I kind of like when I left Nashville, I fell off because my painting business. I was an intern for painting outside independent contracts. My painting fell off during the Obama when the housing crisis fell. So then I came to Chicago, and then I messed around Chicago, but then I fell all the way off, and I had to go home to mama. So I had to move to Georgia because it was like, well, shoot, it wasn't really. This is during the Obama administration when they talk about black job, woo woo. I couldn't find no motherfucking job. The temp agencies was on bullshit, so I had to go home to mama. And then my aunt said, "Well, I need some help down here. Help you. I'm a bootleg CNA ass nigga. I'm a man. And I ain't real nigga. Don't say no homo. But I was cleaning old nigga ass and shit, man. Just on the sake of trying to come back up again.
Yeah, facts. Yeah. That's what she had to do.
Yeah, but that's just to say that she had a home health care center for like people that either had mental situations, and she used her house and she expanded on her house and had all this property, and I went down there and helped her do that shit.
That's dope. That's dope because we definitely need that.
I mean, but now I wasn't doing it for niggas. I was wife. She getting money because she had them white folks down there.
Okay.
Not saying the white folks don't need taken care of, but goddamn.
But but they're quick to put their family in a home. Shit, that's what they do.
Right. Shout out Mr. Django D. Yeah, flags and yards, bumper stickers, hats and shirts everywhere. Man, Kentucky a bad motherfucker. See, I had to drive through Kentucky. When I come home from West Virginia, when I drive from Chicago to West Virginia, sometimes I drive through Kentucky and it'd be so desolate. Some roads be so desolate. If your shit break down and you run out of gas, your ass is stupid. Almost.
Yeah, that's where my mom lives. I stayed in Kentucky for months until I was able to get her. It was okay for her because she retired and it was okay to be there. Fort Knox is really the driving force of the little town that I was raised in. So, if you military, you good. You retire military, you're extra good. You got all that retirement money.
Shit, I was comfortable as long as I was on North I-65 North, I-65 South. I was comfortable. If I got off that motherfucker, I got a little nervous. Yeah,
but that's how you should be in Georgia. Georgia's the same way. Outside of this metro area, I don't fuck around. When I get to Cartersville, when I get to Rome and all those other little towns, or if I go south and I'm in between cities, like my grandmother was raised in Wrightsville, Georgia. That's kind of off of 16, going toward Savannah. There's nothing there on 16 for miles.
You say Route 6? You talking about Route 16?
I-16 going south towards Savannah.
I know we have a Route 16. That's where my granny used to live, but that's different than the I-16.
Yeah, because 16 runs out because it goes straight into Savannah, the city proper, and then you're going to be on either 95 north or south to South Carolina, going to Charleston, or going south to Jacksonville.
But I mean, it's sundown towns, but they don't want to play it like a sundown town.
Oh, Forsyth County here I'm not far from there. I'm kind of in the north part of Metro Atlanta, And yeah, Forsyth was on Oprah. Remember? They started a bus system, and they had the MARTA expanding to Forsyth, and she did a whole show where they didn't want no mayor coming to their city. So yeah, black folks, we know it's already a code here. We don't really go to Forsyth at night. We won't fuck around.
Right.
Barely want to do it during the day, but especially at night. So you going north? That was actually literally on Oprah.
So what do you say? Like, okay, this presumption. They say that the racism is not the problem. It's a capitalism. You know so maybe socialism, but being able to socialize, people being socialized with each other. But the thing that they tend to lean toward is that people are not necessarily worried about skin color. They're worried about how much money they can attain and grab a hold of by way of capitalism.
But if you're black, capitalism doesn't apply to you. Necessarily. It's not your problem. I mean,
chattel property. You know, Cal ain't worried about how the butcher get his money.
Yeah, like we don't identify with that. It doesn't, because it was all capitalism when it came to slavery. So, am I wrong, or am I not understanding what you're saying? Because I feel like that didn't even apply to us.
You're absolutely correct, because even in the fact that when you were when there are certain of our ancestors that was in ownership, whoever that master was, or the owner or the overseer was, they did their best to make sure they had a proficient slave, and that way they'll be able to sell that slave if they needed to. And they also, if they didn't have to sell the slave, that slave would be able to work and provide his I guess it's merit. You know, and being who he is.
Yeah, no, we don't, our system and what we fall under will never identify with the system of white supremacy, because we are not in power as a collective enough to be able to overthrow the system of white supremacy. So when it comes to capitalism, we can't even use that as a basis, side by side with racism, or we can't. It just doesn't work. It doesn't apply to us, because we were animals, right? And then the way the system is set up now, they still think they own us.
Yeah, we were labeled as chattel property.
Chattel property. So, and we're still
right.
That hasn't changed. They didn't go rewrite that and change that.
You know, slaves. There's such a thing as slave wages. You know, wages is just the illusion that you're actually self-determined. Even though you're still dependent upon the amount of money they pay you. They don't pay you more than what your rent is, so you can't like have extra money and say, "Well, I pay my rent. I'm gonna put some money toward this piece of property I want to get." You're only paid the amount of money in which what's the word I'm looking for? That prods you. I mean, that's not the word I want to use. That prods you to go back to work the next day. You know.
Yeah, it's a sad thought. I try not to think about it, because I will get depressed a little bit just when I think about how the certain few number of people that are chosen to be able to live the luxurious lifestyle. Because they're chosen. You're in a secret club or something of sorts that allows you to be able to make a certain amount, and then when you get to that upper echelon of making that certain amount, then you got your people up top that's telling you what you're going to do for them to keep that luxurious lifestyle. And every day people are trying to crack the code of, being an entrepreneur, hoping to one day be successful. And they don't really understand that it's just a chosen few that they want to become successful. I'm just now coming to that realization, like,
listen.
Go ahead.
But and they'll get mad at me and say this, that, and third. But it is what it is. You can test the evidence. Just run the evidence. The closest that niggas came to that shit was the fucking PPP loans and the extended unemployment benefits because they were able to have extra money in order to, like, okay, I'm gonna buy me a t-shirt press, or I'm gonna do this and this and this, and flip me a little money on the side. That's why they say in all these small black businesses, they started during this time period and that time period. But even them starting, and you put a situation where a dozen eggs that went from 99 cents to $2, the people that were investing with those black businesses, and also those black businesses that have to provide for the production and the manufacturing costs wherever goods they have, with the raising cost of goods and the scarcity of goods or whatever, then that pretty much defeats what has already occurred in regards to when they had the pandemic. Okay, like I said, people making up shit and the loans and all that shit. So when they put Con Master Biden in place, Con Master Biden said, "Well, now when you got your PayPal and you get a certain amount of money, you got to report that certain amount of money. Now, you want to start a business, whatever. You got these certain type of stipulations and costs and things like that in order to run your black business." So he can go out and say on the campaign trail and say, well, these amount of business started, whoopty whoopty blam, but you won't say how much income and revenue they produced over the course of the time in which you've been in office.
Come on and talk about it. That's the real question right there. Because we all know it takes at least a good 3 to 5 years for a new business to really turn a consecutive profit.
Mm-hmm. And
your first year, you're not making 6 figures in your first year.
And our people always want to start at restaurants, and restaurants is one of the most trepidatious businesses to start into.
Yeah, first 5 years, no, you're gonna unless you hit the ground running, you've got to hit the ground running when it comes to food.
Thanks.
And if you're black, you're going, you see how they're treating our influencers. Bishop Chime Time, oh Lord, bless his heart.
I really don't really check for Chime Time, but that one guy, the MMA nigga, I really don't check him, but I know him better than I know Chime Time. They on that nigga too, cause the actor bride.
Well, they was on him before because when he came to Atlanta, Atlanta's so butthurt over they trash ass restaurants. And I'll touch on that a little bit.
Right.
Yeah, they had death threats out for him.
And they talk, and niggas always want to holler at culture shit. That's what be making me so salty about it. And I be and nigga, you don't hate black people. You talk about black people bad. Nigga, y'all want to holler culture, and this is the shit y'all allowing. This nigga, a peaceful little nigga, friendly ass motherfucker, put niggas on. And if your shit is good, he gonna put you on. But if your shit raggedy, what are you supposed to do?
Well, the thing is, our black people, we tolerate the dirty restaurants, the
emotion
restaurant, right?
Right.
Break that. We tolerate the bad attitude, low customer service type service.
Because we expect we so used to pain freaking that we expect to be mistreated. So these are people, they mistreat us too.
Yeah, it's toxicity. It's mental, it's psychological. So, but when you get something that's solid, you got somebody that I watched Keith Lee before he had his followers up there. I was in Vegas, so I wanted to know where the food scene was.
Right.
So he was tapping down on Vegas, like, the Strip is great, but I'm off the path. Normally when I go to Vegas, there's one day, if I stay like 5 days, 1 or 2 days, I'll rent me a car.
Them motherfuckers, I'm gonna tell you right there, just interrupt. Them motherfuckers love a goddamn burrito and some Korean barbecue.
Yeah, tacos and stuff. Well, you know, you got to look at and see. That's one thing I love about West Coast culture. Their food isn't. They don't have a vast array of different varieties of food. But I have to say, in Vegas, I have to give them their props. If you go off that strip and you hit up Henderson and you hit up the little outside of, you know, Vegas, Las Vegas, you're gonna find some gems.
Somebody was telling me go to Tasty something, Tasty Buzz or something. And they said the people from Chicago, they came down and started a restaurant.
That's dope. Now I was watching this one chick. It's a chick on she does everything Las Vegas, and she be telling the absolute truth. She was talking about the Rio. She was like, the Rio is where old dreams come to die. Like she was talking about.
I dig that. I dig that. Yeah, shit. They trying to renovate that business. I dig that.
Come here if it's your last resort and you like feral cats. Like she was going in like, and they don't ever say nothing to her because she be flaming them. You know, she'll tell you what's the best and what's the worst. But she was right up there with Keith Lee. Mm-hmm. And what happened was Keith Lee had got a recommendation from her to go to the Bellagio. They have a brunch there. They have some sort of pancake or something that they're known for their brunch.
Right.
Well, I think Keith Lee went and he was trying to get a table or he was trying to order food. And the little young girl was young. She was the maitre d' or whatever. She just didn't really know what she was doing. And that's fine. Mm-hmm. Post-COVID, I'm going to need people to be a little bit forgiving of some of the restaurants post-COVID because they still haven't recovered.
Right,
It's hard to find people.
Don't nobody want to work. Don't nobody want to work at a restaurant after COVID.
After making $1,000 a week sitting on their butt. But anyway.
Facts.
So long story short, something happened. He did an honest review. He mentioned the girl, but he didn't down her. He just said, listen, I just must have had someone that just didn't know what they were doing. Mm-hmm. He was like, and I'm trying this brunch out based on another influencer. And I'm going to tell you, I think the food is immaculate, beautiful food. I love it. But I'll just say, if I want to be honest about the service, I give it a 2 out of 10, you know, his little spiel.
Right.
They called that little girl, almost tried to get her fired.
Wow. See, I'm gonna tell you what that shit be about, and I really can't. And niggas ain't got no power. The internet didn't fool niggas into thinking they got power.
Internet thugs, the ones that talk real greasy.
That part, but also the cancel shit. The cancel shit, the niggas used to think that the white folks trying to cancel niggas. No, niggas is the strongest users of cancel culture than any other motherfucking ethnic group I done seen.
The biggest haters, yeah. We don't.
They cancel their own. We cancel our own.
Yeah, and he had to go on there and do a disclaimer and say, look. And you know, he did. I think he did they both did. Him and the other influencer went and said, listen, this is not what this is about. We're doing honest reviews of restaurants. The little girl, stop calling her job and trying to get her fired. She's innocent. We just said, listen, it wasn't the best day. So he turned around, did it again, went back to the place, said, okay, listen, you know, I had a better experience this time. You know, that's what I'm here to do. I'm here, you know, of course he said, you know.
Homeboy always gracious. He a gracious dude. That man, I don't man, he seemed genuine. The nigga seemed genuine to me.
But Mr. Time, he don't care. He don't care. He in St. Louis was ruthless. He been giving St. Louis the business.
Yeah.
Oh, he been giving it. And let me say this, black people, if you have a business, step your game up and dominate this. Because we know that we can cook. One thing I could say about Dr. Frances Cress Welsing, she was very vocal in telling us what our talents were and how we don't capitalize on them. She already said, stop with all the dancing. We know we're the best dancers. We know this. You've got other areas that you need to focus on.
Right.
And I'll just interject and add to my little spiel to it. If you know how to season some chicken, go season the chicken, make it, and do the bomb, do the best that you know how to do. That's where your talent is.
But you know what's crazy, though? These babies, they got a knowledge of the sciences.
Yeah.
There's also some, they get caught up in like I play games and I'm lazy and whoopty whoopty, they don't give a fuck about shit. But they have a comprehension on the sciences and just mathematics shit in some cases that it's like, well, shit, that's well beyond what we are. But I guess that comes from like fucking with these devices and stuff like that. But that is part of what is necessary to create a civilization or a community. If you don't
I
have,
agree.
but we don't
Yeah.
cultivate that. Niggas is talking about drill music and what rapper got shot and man.
Well, that's that Boondocks. That's the Boondocks. Remember, they talked about that. A lot of times when you was watching Boondocks, what did they always do? They watched the news. They watched the narrative that was going on.
Right.
They watched the ghetto girl telling her side of the story, what she saw. Ooh, look what I saw. Ooh, ooh, ooh. They want that coonery and buffoonery. They want the narrative to be portrayed to us so that we don't see anything else, even though we know. But that's what they want. It's a picture that they're painting. So the problem is when it comes to the internet and the news, both medias, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're feeding into it in a way to where even if we're conscious, even if we're quote unquote woke, right, or whatever you want to call that, we still have avenues where we feed into that BS, and we also act. We act the same way as other people. Like, let's just say when I was telling you about that other person that was asking those questions or whatever.
Right.
That's the same thing. Just because you know a little bit or you know a little bit about, you can quote, Dr. Francis Chris Wilson, you can quote a few quotes from a few books that they already regurgitated. You're still doing the same thing.
That's what niggas putting a uniform on. They learn enough and be able to paraphrase enough to where they put that uniform on. They can talk to a gullible, stupid nigga and make them believe that they the next iteration of Marcus Garvey.
Jesus. Yeah, that part. That's exactly, that sums it up in a nutshell, my brother. Yeah, that's wild. But yeah, no, we got our issues, we got our problems, we always will because of the system of white supremacy. A lot of this stuff I don't blame us for. I'm very gracious and very empathetic. Then at the same time, I also get tired of us.
Says we can't even get together to do gardens and livestock or build houses. We too busy sliding on niggas. So that's why then people like how you say it's all for black people, nigga. That's why it's all for black people. My people, shit, nigga, they made the nigga get up in the morning, early bird catch the worm, early beer, early wise, make a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. And my grandpa, I went by my grandpappy had man. Shit, he great. He had to take on the responsibility of taking care of his sisters and mama after his pappy fell off. Then he dropped out of school, probably sixth grade. Worked in the mines. My grandpappy had property. Because it's all on strength of like, well, the necessity and determination is going to dictate where you need to go. If you just lay down. And I'm sure, like today, you had the crackheads and pill motherfuckers. Back in that time, it was alcoholics that gave up on their people. They left their families. How they say when they talk about families, the black family. Mm-hmm. When they said that the black family was stronger. During, I guess, Jim Crow era and all that type of stuff, niggas was still leaving in too, and it was all still, and it was still the same type of ratchetness. Where okay, you married to John. How the fuck you why you behind the bar house with Ezekiel? So they ain't have Dana, they ain't have DNA back then. You see your wife pregnant, then you just automatically presume that's your baby, even though you ain't catch your wife fucking.
Yeah.
And all this shit goes generation. All this is shit that from back then. Everybody said, "Oh, we was happy. People stayed together. Everybody was married." Nigga, we was in hell back then too. Niggas was getting hung and burned in the middle of town for a celebration. How the fuck you talk about it was better back then for us?
Yeah. Yeah. That's facts.
Mr. Django said, "Poverty leads us to poor choices. No opportunity will leave you with few options." That's facts. Yeah, you know, I mean, shit. Some man, and I mean that's a statement for the rock bottom niggas. Now, I'd have been to the rock bottom, and that response will make me feel better for a second, but I know that if I don't do something that makes something pop, I'm just gonna be feeling good just off the sake of just in. And sometimes I guess you manifest in the name of manifestation. Your dreams might present you a lick, but a lot of times it don't. Shit, it's me. I ain't saying many times. I didn't got evicted from places once or twice. And that come from the sake, well, it's gonna come through. God gonna work it out. Jesus, I just gotta stay positive. Man, shit, nigga, the sheriff come put your shit on the goddamn corner, nigga. You better figure out a way to make it pop.
Right. Right. Yeah. But at the same breath, I deal with a lot of people that are looking for, apartments, and that in itself is a sad thing. Just because, but then I understand
it's impractical to buy a home. It's impractical to buy a home. It's impractical to buy a home right now. It doesn't make sense for you to be foolish enough to buy a rent it. Rent is kind of like exploitation. But if you buy a house, you get fucked in the ass.
Well,
the interest rate, sis. Interest rate, you getting fucked. And then they overvaluing the cost of the houses. That 2-3 bedroom house costs $1 million, man. Fuck you.
Well, let me tell you what I see. Okay, so I see a lot of people, especially here in Atlanta, I posted it, I think. Mm-hmm. They've got where Rent Cafe or Rent, one of those rental companies, got into bed with landlords and property managers and found ways to shoot the rent prices up. Now, for a while, Atlanta's rent was pretty conducive to the rest of the United States. It was a little bit cheaper in other places, but ours was usually still kind of, chill.
Too many niggas moving down there. Too many niggas moving down there.
Well, no, not just that. Well, we've always been here. Mm-hmm. That ain't even that. We've really been here since the 90s. Like, we've been here, oversaturated, actually. And I'm talking about just the overall market rent. And they said they went into one of our locations, Portland Properties, and raided them because they found evidence of them gouging the rent. So now there's a lawsuit. Mm. Because they're just making. What they would do is they would call the property managers. Property managers say, "Listen, this month I need this amount of dollars. So I'm gonna go ahead and say now that the rent is $1,800."
So one second. Now who is they? You say they. Who is they?
They
would call the property manager.
Property manager would call the rental. It's like a rental algorithm company that started here, and so they would partner with all the management apartment complexes in the area, and they would decide what the rent would be. based on what the landlords wanted it to be. And all of a sudden, our rent went from a basic one-bedroom apartment, even in a decent area, $1,200, $900, $1,100, to $1,500 a month for a one-bedroom. Two-bedroom is $1,950 a month. Yeah.
Shit, my shit went up too. But then the fucked up part about it is they got these Section 8 niggas living in my shit. So like, hell, how you gonna raise it? I pay straight out my pocket. I ain't got nothing. You know, you can't just keep on raising my shit up like that. Huh?
We ain't even got Section 8 hardly down here. Good luck with that. Good luck getting on Section 8.
Shit, I know nothing in Georgia. I know that line longer than a bitch. But in Illinois, the line longer in Cook County too. The line's long in Cook County, especially since they got all these immigrant motherfuckers up here. But
well, what I was gonna say to say that is my conclusion is there's so much scamming going on. Let's start there.
Mm-hmm.
The scammers have gotten in and out of the apartments, raising the eviction. You know.
So who are the scammers though? Who are the scammers? Who are the Asian people that buying the property or the Indian folks?
It's just a little bit of everybody. Everybody that, because, just from migration purposes, they come from everywhere. Miami, Cali, Texas, Houston. Everybody's coming here and they figured out a way to beat the system. But now the system is like, nope, you can't beat me no more. We're verifying your ID. We're scanning it. We're doing all this just to make sure you qualify for a place. Now, I think the mortgage companies may jump on the bandwagon, but I say all that to say this. I've been consulting and doing this since 2018, and I've seen it change after COVID. So what I'm noticing is Black people, especially Black people, get your credit straight. I do credit repair. And what made me want to do it is just working on my own, right? Because after being divorced, I let all my credit cards and all my debt, I just let it go. You know my story. I was applying for a house, and then that's when all the stuff happened.
And that's something else. That's something because I remember that when you still gleefully married, you talking about buying a house. I was like, damn.
Yeah, I had it, but in order for me to buy a house, what did I need? Good credit, right? I needed decent enough credit to afford the interest rates and everything. The interest rate got up. Whole other story. So I let everything go. Got divorced, right?
But the thing about it is, you the type of woman that'll make that shit happen. Even if okay, I'll say this. Okay, I'm gonna change this, and I'm gonna make y'all sell me this house. On the sake of I'm this nigga wife, and we married.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, it was happening. The house was built.
God damn.
It was happening. It was happening.
Jesus.
And so, long story short, I got somebody calling me on my business by 1 second.
Go ahead.
So anyway, long story short, I started working on my credit. My credit took a dip because, like I said, I just said, F it, I'm going through too much. I don't have all the money to pay everything. Okay. And I started working on it in March. Brought it back up from a 560 something to a 676.
Shit, that's decent.
That's decent, right? And it's climbing now. It's up in the sevens now.
Yeah. But them sevens when you want to be
there. But it's at a level where, because they're doing all the okie doke with apartments, and just getting approved for apartment takes a pint of blood and a firstborn child DNA.
Right. They want first, last, run, and you got your income got to be this amount. Yeah.
It's easier to get a house.
Yeah.
They don't require much. But now here's where people are lacking. If you're a millennial, I feel for you. Because one, you still don't make enough.
Yeah.
If you don't have a skill, you're not going to make the six figures that they're now saying that it takes to live in Atlanta.
Yo, Bo, my daddy got to take care of you. You have your people is they got to co-sign for you.
Yeah, you need a co-signer, And you could get all your down payment assistance programs. Excuse me, Biden, where's the one that you said you have for us? Oh, I know what happened. Our Governor Warnock's been sitting on it since he's been in office. So you
goddamn Warnock
or whoever else.
Warnock, see, and people forget this shit, man. Trump was trying to get the extra stimulus from maybe since August and shit of that year. Nancy Pelosi and them was blocking that shit because they knew that if Trump put some more money in niggas' pockets, that they was gonna lose. Period. So, it's like, wow.
And that right there was what we needed.
Right.
So here goes my cousin. God bless her heart. She's just politics out. We agree to disagree. But I told her, she was like, Biden did sign that. He did. I said, no, he didn't. I said, whatever down payment assistance you got for your house came from the state. Boo-boo, is not federal. I had to pull it up and show it to her. I had to show her that bill has been sitting on Warnock's desk. He has not pushed it through. He hasn't took it to the Senate floor at all. So he's just there to get a pension.
Raphael.
So you got this I have a dream ass nigga. Right. I used to preach at Ebenezer Baptist Church, got pulled on the heartstrings of black people in Atlanta.
They be getting niggas left and right.
But for him to get into office and do nothing.
They told niggas that if they want the rest of your stimulus check, y'all got to make sure Raphael Warnock win in Georgia.
See what I'm saying? And we have 2 senators. So out of the 2 senators that Georgia has, you mean to tell me that we can't get at least, you see how the economy is in Atlanta. You see it failing. You see that eventually this real estate market is going to crash.
Yeah. I used to want to live in Atlanta, but I stayed with my sister for a little while. No, I won't be down there. I'm cool. My sister's staying there. My sister's staying there, Rick Ross now.
Oh yeah, I used to stay around. Maybe I told you that.
Yeah.
I stayed around the corner from there. Yeah, I used to literally 2 turns, and I was passing his house.
I can't think of the name of the place. I can't think of the name of the area. But
Fayetteville.
What?
Was it Fayetteville?
That sound like, but I want to say something that sound with a C. But I don't know.
Oh, College Park. College Park.
Yeah, she stayed near College Park.
Yeah. That's where I was at. I wasn't too far from there. Yep, sure was.
And got
what?
That's it. And she got like a finished downstairs basement, 2 or 3 bed. She got 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms upstairs, and got like a finished basement downstairs.
Let me tell you, if you lived in Atlanta in like early 2000s, 2004, perfect time to buy a house. So the first house I bought was in Hiram, Georgia. And it was a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom house, 2-car garage sitting on a half acre.
Right.
Even in a subdivision, I was on a half acre. Right?
Yeah.
$138,000. What?
For the whole crib?
Yeah, 138,000 is what we closed on.
How many bedrooms?
Years ago. 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms.
130. What year was this?
2004.
Oh yeah. Okay, I get you. Yeah, you're right.
You live in old Atlanta, and Hiram wasn't really built up. It's built up now. I don't even recognize it now. In fact, when I was trying to get to my old house to see how it looked, I could barely get there because everything had changed. Because when I lived out there, it was country. They had a couple of little grocery stores and a couple of things popping, but it was growing. But you know.
But listen, most niggas say they old school and they been down for a while. That's when they came in. When he was able to get 4 bedrooms for $150,000.
Yeah, so yes, a lot of these mansions that you see, the equity in them I know it's astronomical because, like where I'm at now, kind of in the little Dunwoody area, there's a little area that I drive by. I think it's like Mount Vernon or whatever. I passed by Puffy's old dilapidated house.
Yeah.
It was a house that he bought that he abandoned, and
I
somebody
saw
else
that
bought it.
somebody made a link on a story online about this. So I clicked on and read how he had the house. It was just pretty much dilapidated.
I drive by it just about every day when I take the back route. Don't want to deal with the traffic. I take that area and I pass by that house. I'm like, dang, you know what I mean?
You know what's hold on, and this is ignorant nigga shit. Just imagine if the nigga had like just 5 or 6 poor niggas working at Walmart jobs, bullshit jobs, living out there, and whatever money they make, they put toward the house. Nigga, your house is being taken care of. Never mind. Go, keep on going. I done spilled my drink on this table. Damn all that tea. Go ahead, keep going. I'm talking. Shit,
No, you're good. Let me tell you this. So I was saying all that to say I deal with a lot of people. But have you noticed that I don't know what it is, but have you talked to certain people and they just are stupid?
Yeah.
I mean, really, like the common sense, like you lack common sense, or you're like slow, or. And I'm not trying to be mean or.
I'm kind of following what you're saying. Actually, it's like okay, when you tell them something. It's like, well, generally people should have a certain level of common sense and a certain level of understanding. But it's like you lost that certain common sense and that certain level of understanding where I can't even talk to you about hard mathematics because you still at the start gate. So it's not, okay, you may not be stupid, but you kind of ignorant, homeboy, homegirl. What happened?
Yeah, no, it's stupidity too, because I say it like this when I say it like that. It's like, you ever heard the term, you so smart, you stupid?
Yeah, my mom tell me, you so dumb. yeah, my mom told me. My mom used to me with that.
You know all this and all that, but when it comes to basic stuff.
Common sense.
Yeah, then you
short circuit in your brain.
I also have a situation where I'm noticing, especially when I was working in, the industry, just working, having to answer phone calls for people needing claims and things, right?
Right.
I have met some of the most vitriol, horrible people on the phone lately, just in general, just with that I've ever met, that I've ever talked to. People are so evil and so vindictive and so toxic, and they feed off of it.
Niggas, the thing about that is that's people there's people, two things. People that are in the struggle, and people that also like the same, that are the trolls online, that they come online, they got to get they got to be mean to somebody because they feel as if their life is just so unfair and mistreating them so bad, so they got to be mean to somebody else. Well, I may be wrong. Go ahead and say, speak your mind. You say what now?
No,
I'm cleaning up tea off my table.
I know that people have issues.
Facts.
But there's some stuff that I just couldn't let slide. Sometimes you can let stuff slide, and you can let stuff slide. But then some days they just pick the wrong one. I had a situation where a girl was doing some work and I was helping her. But I could already tell that she was toxic. I could already tell she fed into the BS. She was going back and forth with other customers. She got mad at some of mine. She scammed them, did all kinds of stuff, right? I didn't know this until after she herself telling me something about being mad at me. Now, mind you, people are bipolar. If I answer my phone and you ask me to do something for you, or if I say okay and I haven't gotten back to you, maybe I haven't gotten what you needed, right? But I'm not going to get offended, cut you out, and block you, though. That's what she did. So I had somebody else call her, and I cussed her out. But I just told her, it was the principle that I really help people, and I really help